Hi there, my name's Nick Dutch, and that's not a picture of me. I'm just chilling out and doing what I do at the end of a long shift occasionally, and that's to watch one of these ghastly ghost hunting TV shows. I think they're ghastly because they don't explain enough properly. I saw one of their shows live, and there were some things that happened that they caught on camera that plainly weren't paranormal phenomena at all under any circumstances. And yet they were trying to sell this very normal phenomena of shadows and light as if it was a paranormal effect. And I regard that as rather wrong, rather unethical. I think there should be a more ethical means of explaining apparently or alleged supernatural concepts or ideas, or indeed things which some individuals are assuming or jumping to the conclusion that they might be paranormal. And I think that's quite a serious issue. I know it's much more difficult to even think about getting people with religious convictions to do this, but I think it's something which essentially has to be done. One of the reasons I feel, and I could be wrong about this, that we have Christian fundamentalism is because the Christians do not sell their religion as being a movement for personal self-development and change, or indeed for there to be any specific goals like to try and develop some of the mentality or behavior of Jesus Christ. And if that was the case, then there will probably be less likely that there will be fundamentalism, that there will be much more in the way of reason and rationality. Likewise, when we think about the modern religions such as Wicca and indeed just New Age stuff full stop, and witchcraft stuff full stop, I do feel it is worthwhile explaining in a more down-to-earth and intellectual manner what could be happening when certain phenomena do occur, and what things are believed, why they are believed, and why there is a difference between belief and knowledge. One of the things which holds back a more ethical way of explaining this type of phenomenon is the fact that we're dealing with, in some instances, such as with TV shows like this, an entertainment service. Just even with the tarot readings that I do, it is an entertainment service, and I am encouraged, either deliberately or subtly, shall we say, to speak in more of a believer's way, a supernaturalist believer's way, rather than to try and necessarily help the client base, despite the fact that I see it as my goal to try and help people, and I do try and occasionally go, well, when required, go against this more unethical means of expression that I'm talking about and go towards something a little more rational. So I still feel that I'm doing good with my work, depending upon, of course, the case and the quality of the situation. For instance, if I get a client who's a woman whose ex-boyfriend killed her dog and then raped her, for instance, I don't think it really helps her to think for a minute that this happened because of some kind of karmic problem, or the fact that she had not aligned herself with spirit properly, or that there is some kind of spirit activity which is haunting her and damaging her, causing this, in inverted commas, negative phenomenon to occur to her. I don't think that way of explanation is beneficial. But there are lots of people in this industry who actually do that, which is unethical and basically wrong. But what about those who aren't relying upon supernatural ideas for like their living or for their entertainment products they're providing? What about them? It appears to me that some of these people envy the way that either other religious leaders or other religious groups tend to portray their interpretation of wisdom or what's right, and then they try and emulate that falling into some of the similar traps as basically the people that they hate. And there's also those who envy fictional characters and try and use fiction as a way of explaining some of these strange ideas that they have, which I feel is also rather dangerous because it separates the view of reality from the view of what is fantastical and what should not be seen as being reality. And it takes analysis out of the equation and puts superstition back into the equation. So, if you are watching this and you are within the New Age world, I would recommend you try and find a more rational and ethical way of explaining your various concepts. And actually, if you're not in the New Age world, but you are, I don't know, on the peripherals of the New Age world or learning about New Age concepts or occult concepts, just try and be a little broader with what you're reading and try and read some deeper interpretations into what you're coming across, because, I feel for people who are being psychologically affected by supernatural ideas and religious ideas in the extreme. And I just hope that we can find a way of taking this culture and finding a way of changing it, making it a little more positive and down to earth. Because another thing is these people who take fiction and portray fiction as if it was reality also make me look stupid too. So I don't like that. So I have to explain this point of view for a number of different reasons, including for my own benefit as well as for the benefit of the lives of the people who I touch, either through my work or through blogging here on YouTube or through doing readings or whatever. Anyway, just a quick ramble for today. Good fortune, God and or Goddess and or none of the above bless. Nick Dutch signing out for now.